I'm swapping out my Nitron Street Series for some Penske shocks, single adjustable on my Lotus Elise, and wanted to just do a side-by-side comparison. I haven't seen this done before. I thought it might be a little interesting. I've had the Street Series on the car for probably a couple thousand miles, maybe 3,000. I'd have to go back and double check. And they're great, but I live in Minnesota where the roads are really broken up, and even these on their softer settings are still a little harsh for all the broken roads. So I'm going to try the Penske's with the cruiser pack springs. These are actually about the same as the base suspension spring rates, and these are higher, of course. So these are on the back 350 pounds per inch, on the front 250 pounds per inch. Nitron Street Series is 350 front and 450 rear, so these are stiffer springs. I thought what would be kind of interesting is just doing some measurements of some pieces. So the Nitron shock body is about 46 millimeters. The Penske shock body is about a little over 52 millimeters. And then the Nitron shock piston, it's not quite straight in there, is about 14 millimeters. And the Penske piston, you can get this even a little straighter so it'll measure smaller, is about 15 3/4, 16-ish millimeters. So there's more likely more fluid in the Penske. This piston being thicker, there's a little bit stiffer, a little less flex. I'm excited to see how this works in the car as far as the ride goes. The Nitrons do not have a lock screw, so basically you just set them and the friction of the thread holds them in place. They don't move. Penske does have a set screw in one of the places in the shock or the spring collar that you tighten down when you set the height as where you want it. You can also see the big difference in diameter up here between the two. The cruiser springs have a bump stop, similar location for adjusting. Here's a comparison of the front shocks for the Elise. So the Penske, the cruiser pack, or all the Penske's, have a longer body. You can kind of see significantly longer body. It's kind of here as opposed to up here. So the actual travel of the shock is fairly short. I don't know how that affects total suspension travel. I would imagine not significantly because people love these shocks. So there's 52.3 on the body diameter and about 40, a little less than 46 on the Nitron. And again, this guy is 15.8. And this guy, as straight as I can get him, is about 14. Longer spring. Cruiser pack has the bump stop. On this guy, the Nitron has the same adjust style on all their shocks. The Penske is a little different on the front and the back